Hello, Josenites. Josen66 here. I am back. It's been a month. I know. Fallout and Metal Gear Solid 5. My only reasons for being gone as long as I have. We're going to go ahead and get into the video. It's going to have a long intro, so...
I can't tell you how pleased I am with you, Mr. Garrett. I simply can't find the words. But perhaps Victoria can help me in that regard. She has such a way with them.
Yes, we are both so very pleased.
Victoria?
Even though the eye is defective.
What?
Victoria is quite right, Mr. Garrett. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but this eye is completely blind.
It's a rock. It's what you asked for. Am I gonna get paid or not?
Of course. Victoria, are you prepared to give Mr. Garrett his compensation?
Bow to the woodsy lord, and offer up your flesh eye so that his eye of stone may see, man fool. Bids he then the spruces to singer him an antlers, and the woodsy lord binders them fleshes to stone.
Did you think those ancient phrases were mere words, man fool? Look at me! I am the woodsy lord, the trickster of legend. If you be thirsty, flesh thing, drink of me. If you be hungry, then feed, for I am the honey maker and the jumpsberry.
He am the leaf that feeders on the fleshed ones, thems that calls themselves builders, and wielded up a hammers against him.
My poor Mr. Garrett, you will not live to see the sprawling glory of it. Your sacrifice is not yet complete. 9 lilacs and 9 thistlades must feed, and I? Stands he then in the green's infested maw, and speeds he out his judgments upon the weeps and writhing man-folds.
This way? Look here. Our path is true. In here? Yes.
Since you left us, you have been a stone rolling downhill. Now you must aim this remarkable momentum. It is past time for the balance to shift.
They come. What? Wait!
The trickster will not forgive you for doing what he could not. Nor, I trust, will you forgive us.
Keepers. Looks like I better get moving, or whatever those things are. We'll waste a perfectly good rescue.
Alright, so hell of a plot twist there. Constantine ends up being the trickster. Victoria is some type of wood thing that works for him. So for this mission, we've got to get our stuff back. We're going to try and figure out what Constantine's got planned for our eye as well as the stone eye we stole, and then get out to the streets. As you can see, nothing for sale because we're stuck in a mansion, so we've got whatever cash we brought with us from the previous mission. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this mission. Let's just get the hell out and get out alive. I will say right now that this mission and the next mission are being done the audio commentary is being done after the recording of the actual gameplay footage. Just worked out that way, so I do apologize. I tried to do this while I'm recording, so that way you get my initial reaction, and you get a more authentic experience from me. I actually prefer to do it that way, but with the fact that the only times I can do it is when I'm literally home alone, it's going to have to happen every once in a while. And I did get a pretty nice video editing suite, so I can actually do this now and actually make it kind of look a little more or feel a little more professional. Right here, you're going to watch me, or watch the initial part of this mission. I'm going to die here. I will just go ahead and tell you that right now. I end up dying about 10 minutes of me sitting here waiting for pathing. And when I finally make a move, I end up getting my ass handed to me. This mission's tough. This mission and the next mission are probably my 2 least favorite missions in the game. Just purely on the fact that this one, you start, as you can see, we only have 5 shields of health. We have nothing in terms of weaponry. Everything we find is procure on site. The next mission, equally as tough.
Sneaksy next time.
We're going to have to deal with a lot of the Trickster's minions, which are these rat ape things, and the mantis people, spiders, that kind of fun stuff. So, yeah. Normally, if we were running, just speed running, we'd probably skip this part. But as you can see up in the top right corner, there's a little white gas cloud and then what looks like a little window. We actually want to get up there and get into that stuff. There's some really good items up there that we can use for later on in this mission. So essentially, we have to wait for the pathing to work out so we can start blackjacking the rat dudes. You can't blackjack the mantises from the Ministry of Silly Walks. They have to be backstabbed, or gas arrowed, or gas mined, or mined. The only way to knock them out is to gas them, or outright just do enough damage and kill them. You'll see me backstab them a lot. Just so you know, I know we were playing on expert, and I've been touting that we're a thief, not an assassin, for pretty much 12 missions. But these guys don't technically count as humans. They're for the most part monsters, so I could really spend the rest of the game stabbing them all in the back of the head with a knife, and the game would be like, oh yeah, it's cool, not a big deal. The rat men I will blackjack, because I can. The mantis people, unfortunately, since I can't, I will be backstabbing them or gas arrowing them. But to me, I really don't feel too bad about actually killing them, as opposed to anything else I can actually backstab. Drink of refreshing lemonade, because I'm real thirsty. Weather changes are killing with my sinuses. We're gonna make the move, and we quickly alert that dude. This is where the mission goes south. Now, when sword fighting on expert, it's actually, what I'm doing here is really smart. Get it so there's a height advantage, and then fight them. It works out really well that way, because as old as this game is, the AI has a harder time fighting you when you're not on the exact same level that they are. It can still hit you, but it has a harder time, I guess, locating you on the Z-plane, if that makes any sense. Or the XY planes don't bounce out. I just know physically the old 90s games had a harder time registering, especially when you're like doing swordplay and that kind of stuff. It was a lot easier if you just fought them on an incline. But Mantis is gonna kill me. You're gonna see why. This is why I don't monkey with them if I have to. You don't want to use a sword fight with Mantis. This bit flies. And they hurt. And that took all 5 shields right off of me. So here I'm gonna go ahead and just skip all this fun stuff, start over again. This is the 4th attempt. I actually tried recording this twice before this video. The first time died pretty much the same spot. Second time I actually made it through. I was about an hour into the mission. I would think the mission ended when I died at about an hour and 20 minutes, and I just kind of rage quit out of it. Then the third time just happened, so the 4th time is now, and we're pretty much good to go at this point. I managed to make it out of the mission alive for this one, but it still is just a difficult mission. I can't stress enough how much I really don't like this mission. The next mission too, my least favorite. The final mission's actually not bad. I think for the amount of trouble they put you through on mission 13 and 14, mission 15 actually kind of was like, all right, well here, final mission is not so tough. You already went through hell and back to get where you're at. So it's just a matter of waiting for the rats and the mantis to path in a way that you can go ahead and make it down to here. And I like waiting in this little alcove because it's got a nice little shadow. You can ambush them because they basically what they're going to do is they're going to, as you saw before, they path up through this door, turn around, and come directly back, and then walk down the hallway. So for here, it's always a good idea, as you can see, that a quick save before you go and try to blackjack them, because you don't want what happened to me in the third playthrough, which was the blackjack. Other dude found me, and everyone was alerted. Not a good thing. And you definitely want to try and blackjack the rats first before you do the mantis, because the mantis tends to make a lot of noise when you kill him. So see here, I believe I go after this dude on this pass, and now would be a good time to blackjack him. Other dude's just coming out of the door. He's probably going to see us, but we should be able to make it back into the alcove without any... Yeah.
Must have been nothing.
And then we have perfect opportunity to knock him out. But that just is Mantis. So a little bit of patience on this mission does pay off. The patrol routes kind of suck. You're going to see where there's going to be spots in this mission where I am going to be sitting here in one spot, just kind of patiently waiting for stuff to path at the right time. It's the nature of Thief. This is going to be pretty much how it's going to work the next couple missions, or pretty much until the end of the game. Equally more so for the second game. I believe the final mission I'll have to break up into two parts, because the pathing for the enemies, you'll see a robot at one point, and then all of a sudden you won't be back for another 15 minutes, and they've got such huge paths that they patrol. So then sometimes you get lucky and they don't make any noise. They still make noise, trust me. He alerted the other rats. They're in the vicinity. Thankfully they don't come and investigate up where I'm at. But in here we got some broadhead arrows, which we need, gas mine, regular mine, flashbang, gold, and then noisemaker. And I'm going to tell you right now, I normally do a running total of how much gold I've picked up during the mission. With the program I'm using Sony Vegas Pro 12 to do the audio commentary for this recording. And unfortunately, the previous screen I'm looking at, the dollar amount is really kind of like pixelated, so I can't tell exactly how much cash I have. So I'm not going to be doing a running total of gold for this mission. And this is pretty much the last mission where I'm going to do a running total anyways. The next mission there is no gold to pick up. The fruit though is good. You want to pick that up whenever you see it in this mission, because that's pretty much our way of restoring health. I don't believe there's any health pots actually in this mission. As you can hear, now we got spiders to deal with. Bullseye. Thankfully, when spiders die, they don't really set off the alerts for the patrols, the humanoid monsters, people. There's gonna be a lot of this where there's gonna be patches of water on the wall with water arrows. I try to jump up there and realize I can't because I'm special. Unfortunately, we only had 6 broadheads. I believe we had 6 now, or we had 6. So you want to be careful because there's a lot of spiders in this area. That one. Spiders unfortunately do get alerted when other spiders die. So there is that downside. You can hear them too if you listen. They're all over the place. Yep, they all know I'm there. You hear them creeping. This one's a tough one. I don't know why this one's taking more hits than the other ones to kill. But we'll deal with him. We'll deal with him in due time. He's got his number coming. He knows it. He's just trying to avoid us right now. But you want to come down this way. This spider needs to come. You definitely need to get past the spider. Because in this room right here is going to be our one major objective. You've got 2 mantis men, and then you've got that tiny little green thing in between the candles is a frog, what I call a frog bomb. Essentially little frog, little tadpoles that will hop around after you, and if they get near you, they will blow up. Like this. Alright, I'm sorry. Kidding. Gas them. There we go. I tried to blow him up with a broadhead arrow, and I obviously missed. Thankfully, the rope arrow landed right where I wanted it. There's actually 2 of those little tadpole dudes in here. You can hear them flipping out. Got my rope arrow back. Grab the gas arrow, and right here. Draws the scribe star, marks the compasses, the eye, shows the Moxie lines of power, marks the compass boning, compass leaf, the stormy compass, flamesy compass, the compass tide stream, compass stone, the compass darkness, weighs each starsy point with elements of the compass, with pure truest, weights the center with the eye, red man's blood seeds the compasses, and the blood trail to the true world. Something on the page. Each compass walks the elements forth, paints to the eye colors, hearts chaos for fellow the eye back to the manzy world, binds the eye visions, gathers sights the glories, opens fold the eyes, and blah 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 blah, because it's trickster mumble jumble for he's going to destroy the goddamn planet. I actually, when I was recording the gameplay, I was trying to read that, and the entire time I'm going, there's no way I'm gonna get this. I thought I'd left it up long enough. Oh, that hurt. I really thought I left it up long enough for me to read it to you guys, but if you want, go back, pause it. The gist is that's essentially his plan for the eye, is he's going to open up a portal between his realm and our realm, or Garrett's realm, and basically let all of his little things through. He feels that humanity no longer fears the dark like the pagans used to back when they were first new. He feels that the darkness, the fact that man feared the dark before they became more scientific and enlightened, and he wants to basically return that to humanity. Is that fear of the dark and the unknown. So that's essentially his grand master plan. This spider is really pissing me off. He's just eluding me like crazy. It's like, dude, I know you're gonna kill me. I don't deal with it. completely whiff on him. And of course, we got a stupid rat dude. Let's wait for the path back. So the spider comes back. And eventually he comes up here. We're like, we're done with you, spider. And then I miss again. And he goes running off. And this is my hell. This would literally be hell for me. Speed spider, blackjack the rat. Let's get this mission going. Don't mess with you, spider. You suck. As you can see, there's a lot of enemies. And we're going to probably be dealing with a lot of them. Or, we can run over here. Pick up some more water arrows, moss arrow. Run over here, kill this spider. So I'm trying to see what I have for weapons. I don't have no broadhead arrows. And I'm not big on sword fighting spiders. So we just wait for him to path over the mine. There you go. So because the mine blew up, it actually alerted the 2 fire elementals that are in this area. Now, the fire elementals and the rats apparently don't get along, as you can hear, because they're going at it pretty hard. Thankfully, fire elementals are going to tear up the majority of the rats that are patrolling in this area, which are going to make our life a living hell. Now, you did see 2 of them come running after me. They saw me. So that's why I threw the gas mine down. My second playthrough, I actually got lucky. The fire elementals killed all the rats and that mantis. And I just had to take out the fire elementals with water arrows, which was fantastic. Here he comes. Poof. Down. And then another rat with a spider. I was like, great. Fantastic. Because, you know, dead. So we fired that one, which wasn't a brilliant idea, but you know, what was I gonna do? Because now we alerted the elementals to where we were at. And this is where I thought I was pretty much gonna lose the mission, because, you know, it's just all going to shit. I'm just alerting everything where I'm at. So now I have a mantis and 2 elementals to deal with. As you can see, we've got some water arrows over on that ledge, gas arrow right there. There's a fire arrow, I think, down on one of the fires. Just waiting for everything to kind of reset in its aggro and come back to us. Come back down here so I can start picking stuff apart. Thankfully, even if the fire elemental is aggro, they still only take 1 water arrow to destroy. The mantis, on the other hand, is another issue altogether. And at this point, I have no idea where he disappeared to. Hear him. Certainly hear him. You can't see him. Yeah, there he is. And then that's enough. So give him the fire arrows, try to keep him from shooting the goddamn insects at us using the train as best as we can, because you can see what happens there when he fires off those flies. Of course, we don't want to fight him and two fire elementals at the same time. Thankfully that shot missed. As well as that one. It's all about being patient. Everything depends which one shot you on this mission. If you're not careful, especially with as low of health as we have. So any undue hits is not really a smart idea. Just waiting for the final elemental to come back. There you are. Boom. The sounds of silence. Oh, how wonderful they are. We drop down. See, they managed to tear apart the three. Thankfully, the regular martial weapons don't really do much to the elementals, so the elementals were able to just tear them apart without taking any real damage. I apparently missed the fire arrow that was sitting right there, which wasn't good. Did get some healing in. Can't remember. I think the mantis was behind us. Yes, he was. So I can hear him now. So we're waiting for him to pass by. We'll backstab him. I'm gonna find Garrett and I'm gonna play with him. My new best friend. It's like, no, Mr. Mantis, I don't want to play with you because you walk really slowly. So slowly. And we got into a sword fight again. Eventually he decided to run, and that was his downfall because he got stuck on the wall. So now we're back to where we were before. So at this point, we can actually just go ahead and make our way up to the mansion from here. Because once you've read the book, in the one area with the two mantises and the two little exploding frog dudes, there's really, other than to collect supplies, which are up in these little tree houses, I do recommend doing, because the mansion's definitely chock full of monsters, and it can't hurt to pick up more broadheads, flashbangs, that kind of crap. So I believe there's 3 tree houses in total. I think I do hit all 3. And here we're waiting for the herd of rat dude. Just waiting to see where he wanders to. Oh, there he is. A little diamond there. Still don't know what we're at for dollar amount. Thankfully there's no little alcove here. Thankfully there's no like specific dollar amount that you have to nab. So just whatever you can grab. Grab. The reason I threw him there instead of in the alcove with me is because that alcove, I have to stand in there if any more ratmen happen to pop by. So you have to stand on the body. And sometimes the game has an issue with two things trying to take up the same space. Here we got another flash bomb, gas mine. I believe those are noisemakers. And then another blurb. Basically saying what I was going into earlier, because I didn't know if I hit this book or not. But basically this is describing that the world as the trickster knew it, was full of magic and mystery before humanity became enlightened. Once they became enlightened, they no longer feared the dark, and the darkness was what caused humanity to, dream and aspire to greatness and become more enlightened. And because of the fact they became more enlightened, they didn't fear the dark, and the dark no longer held any wonder for them. So he wanted to bring back that fear and that wonderment to humanity, and basically bring himself back into power. Because if humanity doesn't believe in him, he really doesn't have a lot of power in the world. Kind of true for any deity, really. I know with the game Black and White, if any of you played that, if your followers literally quit, if the enemy god converted all your followers over to him, you actually lost power. You would actually lose the game because you had no one following you, and you drew all your power from your followers. Kind of the same principle here. So we do have some rats that are patrolling this area. This is actually the transition area from the underground cave system to the actual mansion. I believe we've got about 4 or 5 ratmen that we have to get past before we can get to the mansion itself. Thankfully, we don't have to do what we did in the sword mission, which I think was mission 5. We don't have to go, we can't actually go beyond the first level. It's essentially, the cave is large enough that we have to deal with that. The only downside is the shadows are so far and few between here and the actual mansion. And here I go. Who's you here? So flash bomb away, knock your ass out, pick you up, drop you over here in the corner with your friend. And I'm wondering if these guys are actually rat people, or if they're the human guards that were working for Constantine and Constantine transformed them. I really do wonder that. So I know in the final mission you actually see how he gets his forces, but I'm wondering if the forces that he had here were actually, if the guards that he had employed for him were actually these things, and he just had an illusion up to keep anyone from seeing them as anything other than human. So 3 rats. That little alcove there had metal grating, so be careful. I'm trying to hide in there. I had actually died on my first playthrough hiding in that metal grating. Nothing really in here except for another fruit. Moss arrow. This point up here is a good ambush point. There's going to be about 3 rats pathing along that ramp. So I drop down here, listen for the rat to path by, and then we'll climb back up, and there's actually a spot up to the right and then left that we'll use as an ambush point. And it's just a matter of patiently waiting for the rat people to walk by while we blackjack them one at a time. You can hear them moving. It's right here. Now, if you took the time to move the barrel at the bottom of that ramp, you could actually just mosey on up to this choke point, but that entire ramp right there is metal. Same with that one, which is why I'm dropping a moss arrow, because you actually, what I'm going to do is wait for him to come down, turn around and start heading back up the ramp. And when they head back up the ramp, hit them. And unfortunately, I timed that poorly. Thankfully, that one didn't come down the ramp. Could have been another flashbang needed there. Thankfully not. Second one, you hear when he hits the moss because the shuffling of his feet noise stops. Jack him, pick him up, drop him off with his brother. At this point, we have plenty of water arrows. And moss arrows. That we can go ahead. And I should have knocked out that torch. I don't know why I don't knock out that torch. Every playthrough I've done, all 4 of them, for this mission, I never knocked out that torch. I don't know why. I don't. And it would probably have made life a lot easier if I had just knocked it out. But he's going to path back up. The next time he comes down, he'll path this way. Now, the spider there, you'll see the little red for the cave. There's actually 2 ways. The way we came, and then through the spider tunnels, there's actually another way up to this area. Either way works. There's random supplies. There's like 1 item in each spider cave for the most part. I prefer to go the route I go, just because there's a lot more supplies to grab in the tree houses. I don't want that spider to get in my way. Knocked him out on the ramp, brought him down here with his brothers. Pulled out the broadheads, but I don't believe we needed them. I think we take off. Yeah, we take off because the spider went back towards the caves. Make a little bit of noise there, but oh well. There you go. Now we're in the mansion proper. Definitely recommend knocking out these lanterns. Create some nice shadows in here. A nice ambush point at this spot for 2 different hallways. One of which you're going to see me start dropping some moss arrows to the right. Is you're going to get about 2 rats there. One rat will come in through this hallway. I definitely recommend getting rid of that rock. Right about here is well enough out of the way that it won't be a bother. And then we play the waiting game. There's our rat. That's the only one that'll come down this hallway. Now we're going to get 2 more rats in this hallway. And you can hear the little the frog bomb creatures. Unfortunately, I won't say unfortunately, the game developers did a perfect spot of placing them behind the shrubs. So you can't get to the damn things from this ambush point. You're going to have to kind of move around and try to make some noise and draw them out. And when they die, they explode and they make a lot of noise. Actually, I think we get 3 rats. So I think if I remember correctly, I threw 3 rats down the stairwell there. It's just a matter of being patient, taking your time, waiting for the enemy to come to you. And I will tell you that I skip a lot of loot from this point forward. I probably could have walked away with a lot more for the next mission. There is a lot more. There's about $3,000 worth of of loot in this mission alone. So if you take the time, you can go into the next mission with quite a bit of cash and pretty stocked up. Again, the money helps, but you really don't need it to complete the game. There are people, including myself, that basically go in and don't buy anything, going with only the provisions that you are given at the very beginning of the mission. And with all the stuff you pick up during the mission, you can still complete it. It's not impossible. I will say I'm actually kind of surprised. I figured I was going to have a hard time trying to fill a good 50 minutes worth of video with me talking, but I'm looking at the little record button, the record line here with my audio, and I seem to have done a pretty good job of keeping the chat going, which I'm happy about. I was afraid that I was going to have more of the when I play where I don't talk and I just have long drawn out sections of just silence. Here's our thing. And that is pretty much it from this point. Oh, there's 4 down there? I'm trying to draw the little tadpole out. Get him to come down and face me. But alas, it's not working. Down towards the end of that hall and cutting to the right leads to the main foyer. There is a bunch more of the rat men. I think like 2 more rat men, and then 2 mantis men, and a handful of little exploding tadpole things. I'm not entirely sure why I was looking down the hall here. Sure, when I was playing it, I had a reason. I think I'm trying to find the other tadpole. I realized, oh wait, there's loot up here. As you can see, the doorways are all blocked off to the 2nd floor. You're going to see that every spot we can go to. There's a hallway or a door to the 2nd floor. It's completely blocked off with greenery. The rat will not path this way. Thought I'd aggroed the tadpole, but thankfully I hadn't. I kind of freeze up here because I'm afraid to move. I decided to go for it. Remember, this is the bar area. Really thought I'd aggro the one there, but again, apparently not. It only takes a lot to aggro that little bastard. Top myself off. And here we're really close to that little. Of course, the shrubbery is blocking him, so we can't get a good shot with the arrow, whether we stand or not. So I kind of start scooting out while leaning to the right, and there we can see him. Boom. So now we just pissed everything off, including this gentleman right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for him to kind of de-aggro, go back to stand between the 2 pillars there. At this point in the mission, I pretty much have been playing this mission for about 4 hours straight, including all the missions where I failed and died. So I think at this point I was just like, screw it, I'm not going to go through and take out all the rest of the monsters. I want to be done with this and move on to the next mission. So it is pretty much just going to be a straight shot for the exit, which if you remember from mission 5, we're basically going out the way we came in. we have to climb up to the second floor and then get off of the balcony. And unfortunately, he didn't fully de-aggro yet. Flash bomb. Clop. Down you go, princess. There is a diamond under the table in this next room. There's a mantis man off to the left in that inner foyer that leads upstairs to the second floor. There's also a bunch of gold at the top of the stairs, as well as a pouch of cash at his feet. Again, up to you if you really want to go for it. Me personally, I didn't feel like it. Really didn't feel like I needed it. There is a tadpole frog thing at the end of the hall here. I'm going to make a quick jaunt over into this alcove because there is another diamond. Just move up here. And helps if I try to fire it correctly. Third time's the charm. And as you can see, I'm back off because I just pissed off a whole bunch of shit. And kind of come over here, run over here real quick to hang out because nothing should path this far down. If it does, then I got nothing. But for me, nothing's ever pathed this far down when I blew up that tadpole in previous plays. But it always sucks when you make noise and kill something, because then you have to do this. You have to wait for everything to kind of de-aggro, kind of chill out, and then you can go back about it. And even then, you gotta give it. I think it normally takes about like 15 minutes for everything to kind of go back to normal before you'd killed somebody. So just keep that in mind. If you do go through all gung-ho, swords blazing, and just slaughtering people left and right, because if you want everything to go back to normal, you have to kind of be patient, just walk away, and put yourself in a safe spot, walk away, and just kind of let everything just kind of settle down. Let the AI completely forget you were there. I don't see anything down the hall. We start making our way, and of course, tile floors. I have, I think, a moss arrow left at this point. See, I picked one up there. Another fruit, another diamond. Afraid there's something coming down the hall. What we're actually hearing is the mantis man pathing back and forth in the room we're going to be going into. It's full of grass. So threw down a moss arrow to kind of help me get to where I need to go. You can see we've got a couple of gas arrows. So we're going to go ahead and burn those in the mantis men instead of having to fight them. Because, you know, fighting mantis men, always a bright idea. But again, waiting for the rat dude to path. What he does is he comes up and down, up this hallway, through that door. There's another door in the room, and then he goes back down the hallway he came down to begin with. Kind of does like a weird figure 8 with the main hallway. Fired a gasser before he could do anything. Thankfully, he was turned around, fired a gasser onto him. Create some shadow. Had the flash bomb ready just in case the rats saw the mantis men. You can't pick up the mantis men either. So wherever they fall, that's pretty much going to be your bound. Since we're out of moss arrows, I'm going to take it slow here. Engineer, we've got a ratman above us. So quick pushes of the W key to move forward without having to try and make too much noise. Got that. Climb up here. Pick up one more gem. Our last Ratman. Blammo! Couple more gems for us to grab. And unfortunately, just getting to the balcony doesn't finish the mission. You have to physically get down onto the actual yard. So, what I'd recommend doing, as you see, I'm like trying to figure out why it hasn't flipped yet, because I completely forgot that you had to get down in the grass. So fire a rope arrow, at least have one rope arrow when you get to this part. Jump over on this ledge. And then climb right down. And then once you hit the grass, after about 5 or 6 seconds, mission over. So guys, I do want to thank you for watching the mission with me. I greatly appreciate it. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. We've got 2 missions left to go. I've already recorded the second one. I'm recording the last one. At the time of this recording, I will be recording the last one. As you can see, we missed a lot of loot, but that's okay. I don't need it. I'm going to be able to get past the second mission without a problem. Thank you again, guys. Mr. Joseph 66 out. We will see you next mission. Peace.